seeing as none of us know quite how this is going to go, and I'm not entirely sure how much time I have left, I just wanted to say that I assume I have never met such valiant and gifted individuals such as yourselves, and I wouldn't choose to spend that time with anyone else.
Casimir maybe takes Quan's hand and quite earnestly says, "Oh, no matter who you've met in your amnesiac past, I promise you, we are the most valiant and most gifted people you've ever met."
Yes, and your hand is burning, by the way.
Oh, don't worry about that. With tiefling, fire doesn't really burn me so much.
It's not fire.
Yeah, this is a different feeling.
Oh, he withdraws his hand, smouldering from, I suppose, the radiant energy. Would you look at that? It's not.
Hello, everybody. We're now live. Welcome. We're D&D Boyband with the correct music this time. A group of friends all like to be D&D pretty boys because apparently it's not fantasy and it's everybody's heart. My name is Jamie, and joining me tonight are a group of heroic adventurers. First of all, we have Clued as Casimir.
Hi, I'm renaming everyone because we're not in our boxes. There we are. Now I'm Clued as Casimir. Previously I was, I think, Kiamo as Casimir, but we're sorted.
Eski as Pod.
Hello.
Luke as Arvis.
Yes.
Maybe Sai as Quan. We'll see, I guess.
Why you like this?
Please, no, he's my specials.
Oh, sorry. Did I forgot to ask for your backup? My mistake.
Baby.
And continuing on, Matt as special guest, Atlas.
Hello. My time is limited. I fear I may be vanishing back into the ether soon.
The threads of fate do weave around, preparing for your final confrontation with Razor. So, last session, quite a lot happened. You were confronted by a puzzle that had no bridge, which you overcame before making your way making your way down through an elevator, kind of a magical elevator, by casting the Featherfall spell, arriving at the deep underground with 3 passageways in front of you. You scouted down one of them and found the opposing party, Malik and his cronies, minus one of them, fighting, engaged with clearly some of the Irish Forsaken Razor's troops. You elected not to help them and instead went to fight the blood magic twins, elves. You felt the effects of whatever stored energy they had rippling through, threatening to pull your souls, your energy out of your bodies. After a long fought battle with Atlas taking out some of his rage on all of them, and some of you going up and down, you were victorious. And your reaction was to destroy this collection of energy, this orb of blood magic that had been stored. You broke it apart, being flung across the room as a spiral of energy floated around. Most of you felt the spirit inside of you pulled away towards this and took quite a lot of radiant damage. However, one of you used their birthday nat 20. Sai, as a reminder, for the next month, you do have a natural 20 to use when you wish.
Wait, when does it end? Because I have a short month, February, so...
No. 4 sessions.
Okay, 4 sessions.
So I will be nice and say the 27th of March is your final time to use. And I get mine at 20 in 2 weeks. Right, that's how it works. Everyone's fine with that? Good. Excellent.
No.
And Odd, you felt yourself, for whatever reason, able to conduct this energy. And faced with the choice of letting it go or absorbing it yourself, you found the secret third option, which was to aim the Kamehameha directly at Quan. And that, I believe, with Quan unconscious on the floor as you all crowd around him, is where we left last session. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the chat to make sure nothing gets redeemed.
Oh no.
All of you. Casimir, you, I believe, attempted to vitality shift into Quan, realizing there was that your whatever stream you attempted to extract or shift into Quan, there was a reservoir, a huge lake of energy. The rest of you, Quan is unconscious, lying on the floor, non-responsive, and I believe we've had the "What have you done?" from Mercy, as several other things. So to return you to that moment, you are all battle scarred. Some of you went down. You have been fighting. You know that the other group is fighting. You are deep underground. It is cold. It is dark. And whatever energy there was in that orb is inside Quan. D&D Boyband, what are you going to do?
So I guess Casimir's hands would be on Quan's chest at the moment, having just tried to help share the load of some of the energy overload. I think he draws his hands back quickly, wide-eyed, and sort of looks around to the party and says, I don't understand. The amount of energy, it's not arcane magic, it's something else. I can control a little bit of it, and as he says this, like, some of his wounds seem to be closing from the battle, and it's more than I could possibly ever even hope to control, or anyone could. I don't know how he could even still be intact, to be honest. And kind of looks down at Quan with some wonder. I don't think there's anything I can do.
There's nothing you can do. I thought this is what you did do.
I mean, no, I can somewhat use whatever this is, and he points to the white cloud of energy, but not this amount, not the quantity, not the potency. There's enough to kill a god. That was the plan, no? I can't control that. I couldn't even hope to, Atlas.
I'm gonna bend down. Is Quan breathing?
Quan is breathing.
Okay. I'm gonna try just a regular cure wounds on Quan. I'm just gonna place my hand on his chest and just put a bit of healing energy into him.
Okay, what's the healing?
What, the School of Magic or the actual roll?
No. What's the actual healing number?
It will
Just gonna
be
break the stream very quickly. Sorry.
Misty apologised.
6 points of healing.
6 points of healing.
Hey, DM. Oh, nah, damn. As I was DM for long enough, I thought maybe Quan could just immediately wake up.
Okay, I'm just gonna try log in a second. Atlas, as you touch Quan, you feel heat pulsing through his body. It is almost boiling to the touch. And as you kind of release the spell, it's difficult for you to hold on. Quan, you've suddenly snapped into consciousness. That healing, no effect. Atlas, you feel it like almost get ripped away from your hands. It was almost like something was trying to pull your magic out of you as you were casting it. And like that heat. Quan, you wake up and you feel incredible. You feel as if you have never been stronger. Right? Imagine you've just like drunk the strongest cup of coffee. I don't know how
You feel like
Oh,
you just had a lot of caffeine.
a lot of caffeine. No,
enough caffeine to kill a god.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can feel It's as if you've just had about 50 cans of Red Bull. Your heart is pulsing and pounding. You feel like a compressed coil, just ready to go at any second. However, your head is a mess. You are used to basically not having any memory. You keep getting snippets and fragments of what must be other people's memories. Images flashing through your mind, voices distorting through your head. Your mind has never been clearer. Your body has never been more ready to leap over a chasm. And all of you see this as Quan's eyes flash open. I'm pulling out this healing.
Quan?
Oh.
Oh. Rails off.
Do I hear anyone speaking above these sounds?
Barely, as if it's very far away.
Casimir, I can't hear you. What's that noise?
What do you mean? Describe it. What kind of noise?
People are shouting, yelling, talking, screaming. It's. Can't you hear it?
No. No, but you just absorbed magic comprised of people.
I what?
Those of you looking at Quan during this conversation, can you all make perception checks?
Perception.
Perception.
Also, thank you,
I
Matt,
see.
for Kiamo, for giving Pod inspiration. Pod, for this session, you have advantage on a roll of your choice.
Oh, I have
You
inspiration.
need it.
Kill someone else, Pod kill.
I'm trying to think of how best to do that. I guess Pod in this moment, he kind of like looks a little bit kind of like shaken by the whole thing, and he goes, "But you asked
20.
me to."
Those of you over 15, how many is that?
Actually, me, surprisingly.
I think
Yeah,
I took
me
a
weirdly.
plus 18 as well.
Okay, well, all of you looking at, you suddenly realize something. You kind of all take a step back and like, obviously at the moment you've been looking at Quan, but with Quan being awake, you begin to notice immediately some things are off. Looking at Quan, it's strange. It's not steam. It's almost light coming off parts of him, almost like escaping. The longer you look at it, the more it seems to shimmer. Like if you're looking out in the distance, there's too much heat, or as depending on the light you're looking out, almost like lights from the Aurora Borealis off of Quan's body. There's a couple of wounds as well that Quan sustained in the battle that have completely stopped bleeding and are instead secreting some of the energy you saw before. But they're healing. You see Quan's body is beginning to stitch itself together with this energy.
What must it be? Looks like poison. No. Poison I've never seen works like this.
I don't really know how to describe it. It's similar, not the same, but it's like when I use my necromancy. I suppose it's the same energy to some extent, I think. I don't quite understand it, but I think the blood magic rituals they've been performing, it's been storing up whatever's left of those people and turning it into this. Indicates the white energy. And if
Quan, go ahead.
you just sort of, if Quan took all of that into himself, then, well, no surprise you're hearing things, their thoughts.
Quan can't really hear, I guess, but as he sees you all looking at, like, the, I guess, scrapes on his body, he looks down and sees this happening and goes, Tis mercy, what on earth is that? And he, like, goes over to Pod, and he shakes Pod, and he goes, what did you just do to me?
He looks a bit shaken. He's like, I heard your voice in my head. You asked me to.
Sorry, Pod. As Quan grasps you, in addition to this kind of thing, you feel two things. One, the hands. It's as if you're like touching boiling water. No. You're touching boiling water. Like, this is warm. Secondly, Quan's presence is slightly overpowering. There is something about Quan that is more magnetic than it's ever been before. It's as if that energy is pushing down slightly on you. You feel not only chastised by Quan, but by a higher force.
Kind of blabbering a little bit. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So I'm going to retcon and I'm going to reveal that the reason why I made this decision is because you egged me on to do it in Discord messages. So you have to take some.
Wait 1 second. I said, don't take it into yourself, you idiot. Okay? That's a very different thing. I said, you could give it to another person because I'm resistant to radiant damage. I didn't say blast the whole fucking thing into me.
Fucking hell.
Is that in character? Is that what Quan says? He's like swearing.
Who is Eski? What is happening?
What are you talking about?
Whoa.
I guess we could translate that into
And also,
You know what? I love the
Eski,
energy.
you
I
know
love the
what,
energy.
Eski, I also expected you to think more than 30 seconds after reading my message and suddenly just going, oh yeah, I'll shoot it into Quan.
What's this conspiracy outside of the game? Come on.
On brands, Pod is convinced that he heard Quan's voice, and he was in the moment, like he had a fraction of a second to redirect the energy, and he stammers it out as if he's like explaining the words are in different orders. He doesn't know barely what to say. He almost feels like a child that's being chastised by his parent of Wade, screwed something up. He's just I swear I heard I didn't know what to do. I had the energy. I didn't know what direction to put it. It felt like we had to go somewhere, and then I heard your voice, and and he just get into constantly just this apology. It feels genuine. It's a genuine apology. It just felt like he panicked in the moment, and that I'm sorry.
Wait, did you say? Are you referring out of character when you say I said something to you? I'm confused.
Yes and no. So out of character, obviously, with the meme about the Discord message, but in character, he felt like he heard something just in the moment, saying your name, almost as if it came from you, and that's why he made that split decision.
Okay, he's gonna ask Pod to clarify that.
I just felt like I heard you say, you spoke to me. In the moment, it was like a flash.
I didn't say anything.
What I heard?
Well, what exactly did you hear?
Just heard you say I can do it.
You heard my voice.
Sounded like it. I don't know, maybe I imagined it. All I saw was energy, and everything was so fast. It all happened all at once. I don't know. It felt like everything was going to explode. I felt like I only had a moment to control it.
And so you fired enough stored blood magic to kill Savras at Quan. And somehow it didn't kill him. By the way, that's obscene, Quan. The fact that you're even intact, you should have exploded. We should all be pieces of nothing.
On that, Quan, Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
I've cursed you. I'm so sorry. I gave him an idea.
I had the idea. It's in the document.
What do you mean it's in the document? What document?
By the way, I
It's
think
in the
you've been
document.
given inspiration.
You didn't.
Psyduck.
You have been given inspiration by Sugi. So at some point over the session.
Wait, Roll20 won't let me log in.
Okay, do you want me to
No,
roll
it
dice for
knows
That
that
you?
you're
is the
dead.
blood magic curse.
Jamie,
Mm.
you removed Quan from the campaign too early. It's not dead yet.
At least give her a
Reveal
chance,
that.
man. Let her roll. Come on.
Well, I mean, I didn't get it open because I wasn't quite sure what my what my fate was going to be. Okay, I've got it. Where's the dice roller? Constitution, what?
Saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It's being very slow.
It's okay.
You're all in suspense.
I am in suspense. You do have advantage should you choose from Sugi. I can roll for you if you'd like.
6 plus 5.
11. Okay. Juan, up until now, all you felt as you kind of rushed over anything, everyone's explaining you've felt this distraction, this part in your brain, but suddenly that energy flowing through you, it all feels too much. You lose the ability to kind of externalize your thoughts as just keeping them straight focused is too much. Your body goes, you suddenly feel the heat that everyone else is that you are emanating to everybody else. For now, you've just felt normal except completely hyper. But for a split second, you feel what you're emanating to everybody else. It feels as if you're about to rip yourself apart. You feel that's the center of that inside you, that energy swirling, and it takes your entire focus, your very energy being to keep yourself from literally ripping yourself apart, as enough energy to kill a god is barely contained inside your form.
Quick, feed him a magic item so he doesn't explode.
So
He's not having my boots.
Juan,
So what
you
you're
gain-
saying, Jamie, is if I failed that roll, I would be dead.
no, maybe. The
Can't have
document
our
I provided
boots.
to you, all the negatives and benefits are in effect from now. The most relevant one is that you are healing 1d4 health per 6 seconds. Given the time has passed, you can assume that you are currently full health. Except for the wound where this bolt entered you. There is a large, open wound in Quan's chest that is not currently healing. You also have access to the spells I outlined. You are, however, also subject to the negative effects I outlined. You are welcome to share the information about what is happening with everybody else, but I will say that Quan feels as if you are on the most Red Bull you've ever been on, but occasionally aware that your heart is beating at what would probably be considered about 300 beats per minute. And occasionally you realize what that's doing to you. The rest of you, looking at Quan with those perception checks, there is something wrong. Absolutely, Quan has enough energy inside him now, and that is leaking out in various ways and having effects. You don't know exactly what it's doing to Quan, but occasionally you see like pinpricks of light sprick out. Your conclusions are your own, but it's probably not healthy long term unless something changes.
Okay, as someone who directly kind of seems to use this energy as a source for something, as of yet not understood, what would my understanding help me think I could do to try and help him? Is there anything that would occur to Casimir that would be wise in this moment?
Casimir absolutely can make a wisdom check.
Intelligence check, please. It's this is an arcane. Well, like a
Yeah,
okay.
I will go with intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay, straight intelligence, not arcana.
Nope.
16.
16. You're familiar with this type of energy. However, your experience with it is imparting some of it singularly from you or from somebody else, cutting it up into pieces, restoring it to where it has gone. You're aware that some beings, you don't know why, contain more of this than others. I'd say Mercy perhaps chimes in with, has told you all about the various threads. You think you need to get this out of Quan. You don't know what's going to happen otherwise. How that is done, you imagine you could siphon it into various vessels. You could have something take it out. Or it's going to eat Quan from the inside.
You know that video where there's like a cow and it's got too much methane?
Yeah, that's... All
And
that you know, I would say, is that, like, you need to get this out of Quan. It is going... Like, either Quan is going to die, or you don't know.
I think he'll probably be walking around Quan looking for signs of anything else, checking him over, occasionally slapping the back of his hand on Quan's forehead and taking it away and being like, okay, well, to be frank, academically, Quan, you will explode fairly soon. I give you, I don't know, a few hours, I'm not sure. We need to find a way to remove the energy capable of killing a god from you. Is there anything in the room? Is there anything we can channel it into?
So, hours is perhaps not correct. You don't know.
Yeah, I've no. Yeah, he's just put.
Yeah, you have no
time
idea.
on
You're
it.
just saying stuff. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What are you looking for in them?
I don't know. Did they have storage vessels in here? What the blood mages were putting it in a sphere?
You broke that.
We broke it, and he'll kind of nod and say, "Yes, I mean we broke the imminent storage vessel, so that option has been lost to us after I blew it up. So that's on me. But collectively, we decided to do that, so it's not solely on me. No, I have no idea what to do, frankly. I could try siphoning things off you, but...
A few hours? You think I'm gonna die in a few hours?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure, to be honest. Quan, I've never seen enough energy to kill a deity encased in one person.
Well,
So...
what am I gonna do?
I'm an
I
explode.
don't even remember who I am. How could I possibly? I've just sworn my oath to and he's like shaking. He's like, this is the most panicked you've ever seen Quan ever, and you maybe looks like it's not quite just to do with the knowledge you've just given to him, but also something to do with the fact that he's very, very suddenly energetic for what's just happened to him.
Well, technically, right now you're multiple people, many people, in fact, all shoved into one being. So, you know, you're not remembering who you are. There's actually lots of you in there, all together. Lots of formless souls and memories and things.
Who's in me?
Oh, I imagine half of the Stormlands, actually.
Mate, you stop talking. You're not making it any better. Come on, mate.
I'm not very good at this, no.
Mate, Quan, mate. Easy, mate. We're going to see what we can do for you.
And Arvis looks around and do we see that receptacle, the thing that the storage device initially?
No, you do. It was a golden.
Remind me of what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's the red. So basically, there was like a shell, a skin, a black skin outside of this, but the energy inside was white, and it was inside a receptacle container made of glass with gold runes etched in it, and they have been shattered on the floor.
Glass. Oh, I could try and repair something, but this is... Well, I can't repair that.
I mean, maybe. Listen, Razor was after the Whirlwind Lantern to channel all that energy into to fire it at Severus. We could take the lantern, take whatever's inside Quan, put it in the lantern, and maybe we could still fire it at Severus. I don't know. I don't like him. We could fire it somewhere anyway. I could orbital strike Sakramar, and I don't know. Just throwing ideas, ideating.
Orbital strike, mate. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. We could just fly up really high to the top of it. Anyway, We could fire it somewhere. If we could at least get it into the lantern, and maybe, I suppose, not firing it is also an option if we don't want to commit a horrendous crime. That's all I've got.
DM, did we remind me? Do we know where the lantern would be and who would have it?
The whirlwind lantern.
The lantern.
You're currently looking for it, and Razor.
Probably with
Yeah.
Razor.
Not here.
Probably with Razor.
Yeah.
So rather happily, we could just continue onwards, get that lantern from her, off her cold dead hands, and fix Quan. Good. How convenient. If we do it in a few hours, he won't die.
But you don't even know if it's a few hours. Oh, what
It's
if
probably
it's
a few hours.
an hour? What if it's any minute now?
I'm at least 73% sure it is more than 2 hours.
But if I die, what happens to you?
I think we all die. I mean, you'll explode into you know. I suppose if you're worried, you could jump into the chasm. That might help dampen some of the energy. But I imagine we'd still die. I don't know if we could get far away enough, to be honest. Enough to kill Severus.
God.
We obliterate half the Stormlands.
There's children. I have to jump into the chasm.
No, you don't have to, because we're going to...
No, chasm.
Well, there's no other
chasm.
choice.
We're going to get the lantern. That's the
chasm.
choice.
Quan. The lantern is an ancient magical relic that was used to essentially take the world hostage. If anything could be a receptacle for this inside you, I think Casimir is right, and it's your best chance of survival, you know. If that doesn't work, feel free to jump into the nearest chasm, because I don't really know beyond that, but I think we should try the lantern first.
Yes, if the lantern fails, I'll push you.
Yes, well, I do think it would be sensible for us to set some kind of rudimentary, how do you say, timer, before we make such a decision to
Yes.
make such a decision.
2 hours?
Great.
2 hours, I can abide by that.
Arvis is clearly looking a bit nervous at the idea that Quan's presence is just a threat to all their lives, including his especially.
Yes, 2 hours seems reasonable.
Any modifiers in case if we see increased volatility, we might reduce that to 1 hour 25 minutes.
I accept the amendment, yes. Like I said, 27% sure I'm not right and it's less than 2 hours, but I tend to be right about these things, so...
Well, it looks like Quan is healing. Maybe we take advantage of this and Quan can be an immortal warrior to kill Razor, at the very least.
I mean, I can shift around some of that energy if Quan's just constantly regenerating. You're all quite injured. I could siphon some out of Quan into the rest of you, with the caveat that, of course, it's comprised of the souls of the good, innocent folk of the Stormlands. But I could do it. Or we could just rest the, briefly, very briefly, old-fashioned way. We should probably check to see if the children are alive, speaking of the children.
Children were taken far out of the chamber. But
No, there are some in this chamber.
No,
Oh,
the
sorry.
steed, the steed took him out.
The steed took them out.
Yes, the steed has taken them out. Yes, sorry. Good memory.
And also, I suppose, check and see if Malik's alive.
Why don't we regroup with your catty friend and we can decide what to do from there?
Yes. And okay, good. Well, I feel a lot better actually. I suppose the impending threat of all of our deaths has somewhat clarified a few things.
No, we do have a contingency for that, which should preserve us, and which, of course, we should discuss the means by which we might have to dispose of the threat. Done the time.
Well, I
You
mean,
stood right there.
Quan, you're on board with this, right? We push you into the chasm we crossed. We'll say some parting words.
He's a man of the Lord, of course. He's going to abide by the greater good, of course.
We can pray a bit.
Of course.
But
He's just staring off into the distance.
But it won't come to that. So,
I'm sure.
hypotheticals, you understand.
Yes, I mean, feel free to dispose of me however you see fit, should the time come.
Well, I should be very sad. I'll warn you. It's dispose is a very careless word, I suppose. We'll say goodbye.
It won't happen.
We could cry a bit. Let's go find the children.
At any rate, let's get out of here. I really dislike this place.
Yes. Me too. I suppose we look for the horse. Team Malik.
Yes, so the horse has returned to the central chamber with the elevator and is kind of there waiting as you all come back. Yes.
Can I just say, instead of calling it the horse, can you call it by its rightful name, which is the Hand of Tears Justice?
Damn, son.
Sorry, we look for
This
the
horse has
Hand of
hands.
Tears.
Hand of Tears Justice. I see Helldivers has been impacting everybody.
But DM, point of order. Obviously, as we search through the rubble for artifacts and items, did we find anything of great worth or value, monetary or otherwise?
No, has anyone redeemed any channel points? You can make an investigation check. That's looting the. I know.
That's rolled as a natural 1, so do with that what you will.
You find several torches, about 3-4 gold pieces, a healing potion.
Oh shit!
But nothing else. Everything else battered,
Damn.
broken, destroyed by the combat that ensued.
Healing potion, that's a game changer, thank you. And 4 gold pieces, let's not forget.
And 4 gold pieces, absolutely. So, returning back, each of the children is still in whatever stupor they were in before them. Whatever effect has yet to fall off currently. What are you doing with them before you proceed towards where Malik and his cronies were fighting?
I can't bring children near that fight.
I think we just leave them here. Well, we can come back for them.
I
would like to take them away, but can we?
I'm not sure. And absent-mindedly, Kaz's giving the Hand of Tears Justice a little pat on the neck.
Point of clarification, are we still below ground or have we ascended?
You're still below ground.
Thank you.
I suppose we have to leave him here. Maybe we ascertain if Upper Head is safe, if Malik and Co survived. If it's a safe room, maybe we can bring them in. And maybe Casimir seemed... He was pretty traumatized earlier. Maybe the immediate Quan issue distracted him for long enough that he had something, else to focus on. But now faced with the children, it's sort of like all the energy sort of zaps out of him, and he just looks really crestfallen and quite deflated again. He sort of straightens his... Right, well, let's press on then. Find somewhere safe for them.
Yes. I guess into the room where Catboy was fighting.
Yeah, so if you want to reference Roll20, that's fine. Those of you may have noticed that there are two notable additions to missing members. One is Nalos, is not present, nor is Nalaska, which you know was with Malik. However, as you all go through the hand of Tears Justice, following
Abbreviated to
Turbulon,
Thought J, by the way.
Logic. Not sure I'm okay with that nickname.
David, it's not
from
your
behind.
speed. You don't have a say in this.
You move forward, and you see as you arrive just as the last battle is ending, as Fazul wrenches his sword out of kind of the last member of Razor's crew alive, kind of kicks them away, and you look around and you see they are all bloodied and bruised, similarly to you, except for Quan now, and scarred, except with, as they're all kind of breathing pantingly, one notable exception. Taloran is down. And as you see, as they kind of whip around expecting battle, and kind of each one of them kind of, I look at you, there's a visible slight relax in their approach. They're still like wary, but the thing kind of goes, gets you caught up. Fazul, Goat, Brom, all are looking a bit more happy to see you than the others, although Brom and Goat have immediately rushed over to Taloran and seem to be trying to help. Whereas Fazul has sheathed the sword and walked over to Malik.
You're missing some, aren't you? Spy Master was Nalos.
I've found it's never a good idea to leave Nalasker on his own, no matter how secure you think he is. And how much we might have needed her here.
Ah, you've left her with him.
Quite. Well.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't trust this cat. Oh, that's 2 minus 1 for a total of 1.
Whoa.
I suppose I don't see
Yeah,
anything
definitely left
wrong
him there.
in
You
that
believe
statement.
it. Completely fine.
Good. Very good. Maybe distracted, looks over to Taloran. Is anything... What's going on over there?
You see Brom kind of looks up and shakes his head, and it kind of swears off to the side. Another one down, I suppose. At least this one died fighting Razor, not for her. The others look a bit more taken aback than Malik, but he seems slightly unfazed. You've all made it, though. Where's Alara? Nobody's killed her, yes?
She's fine. Fine. His eyes are kind of maybe stuck on Taloran. It's a shame.
They're what they signed up for. We all did. There's nothing. I've been further along. Did you just arrive, or... It looks like you've been in fights too.
Could I insight check him saying there's nothing further along?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Not super trustful of that. Insight. 17.
17. Nope. No deceit in that voice.
Can we hear mining? Or was there mining?
There is mining. Further along. Down this path. When his version of nothing might not be yours, so he's not attempting to deceive.
Okay.
Rather hoped you knew where Razor was. Not this way, then.
No. Bunch of tied up Goliaths mining. We killed the guards, but then they raised the alarm. Hence the fight here. We think, and kind of kicks over we think this might have been her chief bodyguard. Wherever she is, she's alone.
We've dealt with her blood mages as well as her source of energy. as well as her captain on the surface. So it is just her, I believe.
Well,
Casimir, mate. Sorry, go
is
ahead.
this where we double cross each other, or do you think we need each other still?
I want to hear what Arvis has to say first.
As far as I'm aware, your talents extend to extracting information from the deceased. Perhaps this bodyguard can provide some alleviation to our questions.
Yes, I can. Well, he can lie to me, but I could certainly pop him back up.
Right,
Quite
right. And we, of course, will need to find out how Razor left this place. Seems there was one way in and the same way out. If I was
two ways-
suspicious,
two
which
ways in.
I can be,
Two ways
ways
in to this.
2 ways out.
So we
No, so the construct area above you, there were 2 ways in, 2 ways out, above ground to below ground, and then lots of paths. This way, there are 5 elevators that come up or down. Wait, then you get to the bottom of it, and there are 3. They've been down 1, you've been down 1. There's 1 remaining.
right. Cool.
Just gonna run to the bathroom quickly, but keep going.
Well, Atlas, I mean no disregard for your people and their condition. But a part of me thinks it might be worth screening individuals that you might not recognise or may feel not themselves. We don't know what tricks this Razor has up their hand.
I thought you did know the trick she had up her hand after you fought her last time.
We know some.
My hope is she's quite low on tricks, given we've killed most of lackeys.
Although she does know we're coming. The last twin sent a message to her just before they died.
Yeah. Malik,
Or maybe she's running again.
So she knows. She knows
Yes.
we're here.
and Malik, we have some urgency in obtaining the Whirlwind Lantern. When I say urgency, I mean we really have a 2-hour hard time limit on it, so quite important.
You kind of look
Your
around. You're
life's
all
at stake, by the way.
very buddied and bruised. So that as he raised his eyebrow, I'm curious what in the next 2 hours, other than Razor, poses more of a threat to me.
Well, her mage has extracted rather a lot of magic from the good people of the Stormlands, and that is currently rather unstable and needs imminent channeling into the Whirlwind Lantern, else we shall all be obliterated.
Did you mention it was Quan? Sorry.
No.
Well, not really.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't think you did.
I got my boys back.
Yeah. He looks. He says, "I see. You don't look, any of you, in a condition to fight, except for. You seem pristine." He looks at Quan.
Well, he's gonna have to look pretty far because I'm standing like 20 feet away from anyone.
Not very good at allies.
He's socially distancing.
None of you have
Not very
time.
good at allies.
None of you look like you're ready to fight. Do we have time to catch our breath, or is it that imminent? What
What's that?
stable is the
I
energy
just
in?
put a
How do you know it's
massive
unstable?
timer
What
on
happened?
this.
Explain.
I'm something of an expert, Malik. I'm 100% sure we at least have 2 hours.
Then we have time to catch our breath.
Can I insight check that? Because I feel like I've just believed everything Casimir said in the panic.
Yeah,
But,
you can insight
but-
check that, yeah.
What do I roll again? Insight.
You roll insight.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for it. Just give me a second. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
no.
Casimir's
You do
not
have
so-
advantage on a roll you choose of this session.
I give you guidance.
No,
Uh,
he
not
believes
like
in
That's
You
good
need to get near to
advisement.
Quan, and I feel like Quan's not getting near anyone for
Yeah. I mean, he
You know
said,
what? No,
he said
I-
what he
I
said.
think that-
That may be true.
I think that Pod would like feel obliged to hang around near Quan and just like he'd be constantly asking him if he can help him with anything. Like he'd just be like, can I help you with that? Would you like me to carry your bag? Like almost like a like he feels kind. You get the sense he does feel guilty about the decision and that he's just trying to do literally anything to help. And then in the process, on top of that, he'll keep just kind of like like just blurting out like stupid ideas. Like, what if we found a way to channel it into a beam outraiser? Like one big attack. No. What if we found a way to channel it into the floor, like a big beam into the floor? And he just keeps keeps going over just strange things that obviously won't work.
And do you think, Pod, you can channel that energy again?
Well, I did it one time, didn't I? I'm sure I could do it twice.
I'm sure.
He seems, you know, to have kind of like an aura of false confidence, you know, like he believes what he says.
Well, we'll just have to see.
We will have to see. But I believe in us. I think we can do it.
I guess.
Perhaps.
At this point, Goat and Brom have rejoined Malik and Fazul. Taloran has not.
So, like I said, Malik, you have your 2 hours to bury poor Lauren and catch your breath. We need it too, I suppose.
Alright then. This place is as good as any. I think this is where they stayed anyway. You look around, this does look like a sleeping quarters for whoever was down here. If she knows we're coming, I doubt she's going to run. There's nowhere to run, as long as we keep that chamber watched. So either she's found what she's looking for, and we contend with that, or she's going to walk right into our hands.
Right.
Horned rat. I have some experience with those. Looks at Arvis.
Hey,
I thought you said corned rat.
That is the worst.
Corned rat.
Little corn dog Arvis.
Tasty. Is that what he eats?
Love me some corned rat.
Is that what he did with
Yeah,
Toad's
that's-
gift?
That's
Yeah.
why he didn't like Toad's gift. It wasn't pre-prepared. He doesn't do raw rat.
He doesn't eat
How would you
raw
feel if
rats.
someone gave you a raw chicken leg? What are you going to do with that?
True.
Someone give you a cooked
Cook
chicken
it.
leg. Difference.
I'm
But I mean,
giving
it's less of a raw chicken leg, more that Toad was giving him live chickens.
giving me a box of raw
They too
chicken
also
legs.
Did you
didn't
make
want
it-
live chickens.
Could you make an insight? Could you make an insight check on a? Sorry, Casimir. Could you make an insight check on Fazul?
Why?
You'll find out if you roll well enough.
Okay.
Tends to be how inside checks work.
Is he looking longingly at Casimir? Is he Yeah, I've rolled a 1.
No, nothing wrong. Fazul's fine.
I really want to know
Okay.
what that was.
Okay,
Damn.
so you're gonna begin a short rest with some eyes on the central chamber. However, Alice, you are curious
Yes.
about the Goliaths,
Oh,
I
yeah.
presume, tied up in.
Yeah, when everyone sat down for a short rest, I was going to wander off in the direction of.
We still got motherfuckers mining, haven't we?
Yeah. So up it's
Yeah.
like Malik said there was nothing of interest, but that's code for there's nothing of interest to him.
That's where I'm going.
Atlas, save your people. Maybe bring the Here's hand of justice in here with the children. We could lay them down on the beds, tend to them.
Yeah, I'll offload the children if they're in their stupor, just lay them down, and then go round the back where Malik said there was nothing.
Moving through, this
Yeah.
is a relatively long tunnel. Kind of make a couple of steps, and the mining sounds get louder and louder. As this is clearly this building you were in is a part of this construction. This is artificial. That's artificial. This has been dug more recently. As you get to the end, you off in the distance you see torches and 5 emaciated Goliaths
I'm gonna have
hammering at the wall.
I'm gonna have my hood up so my face is kind of obscured from them as I go over. But do I get a kind of look at them as I go in?
The Goliaths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you recognize as you get closer Edis, Cotter, Ruster, Waldo. Finally, your partner in life, whose name I will never be able to pronounce.
Taimene.
Taimene, who hasn't noticed you're here yet.
I will quietly walk over. Does it look like they're chained to the wall at any particular point?
Chained to each other.
Chained to each other. Okay. I'll just approach and in a quiet voice just say, everyone outside has been killed. I'm here to help you out.
Each of them whip round, and they are just staring as if they've seen a ghost. And Tmene is the first one to react, who just flings her arms around your neck, almost like half to see you're real and corporeal, and like grabs hold of you and just like initially it's slightly uncertain, and then it is the tightest grip you've ever felt, and you just hear her whisper, I saw them take you. You're here. You're safe. And just like hold you. And the others are like, they're dead. We're safe. What happened to the children? What happened up top? We've been down here for months. But in all this time, they're just holding on to you.
I'll just hold her back for now. Yeah, I'll just go. Yeah, we cleared them out up top, rescued whoever we could. All the children who I found alive are safe outside of the camp, and the ones in the other room are safe as well.
What about? Like, what about? About cereal.
By cereal.
Cereal?
Are they zero?
Your daughter.
Oh yes, cereal. Yeah, she's alive and safe.
Not important.
Emoji.
Yeah, she's alive and safe as well outside the camp. She's a little underfed.
Thank Bahamut. So grateful to see you alive. She kind of clasps your face. Peak of my heart, I've missed you.
I've missed you too. But you are seeing a ghost. The Atlas you knew is dead. I am here, but briefly, to avenge our people, to make sure you're safe. But I can't stay. I can't stay here with you. Once Razor is dead, and she will die, are we gone?
She looked confused for a second. Kind of clasps you, almost like extra tight. I can feel you. You're not a ghost. My hands don't pass through. You're here. I don't understand.
I was brought back with a singular goal. I was blessed with powers so that I might see Razor dead. I'm compelled to that end. And to that end, I must go. And then there is no coming back. I am dead. You should not think of me as alive. I didn't even want you to see my face.
So like a slightly bated breath and sees a couple of tears, and I've dreamed of seeing your face again, and telling me this is but another dream, one that must end.
I won't say anything. I'll just kind of pull her into a hug.
And you embrace for what feels like an eternity for both of you. Neither wanting to let go. As the others begin to break their change, it is all feels as far away and distant to either of you, sharing what she might not be in denial, might be in denial about, but you don't know, but you know is perhaps the last time, or one of the last you'll embrace. And it takes what feels more energy than is currently inside Quan to break apart and return to the others. The rest of you see 4 Goliaths appear in various states of sunlight deprivation and emancipation, and finally Atlas appear, holding hands with with another one, and kind of sit down separate from the rest of you, and in somber silence. Atlas, if there's anything else you'd like to do, let me know. But in somber silence, enjoy whatever time you have left together, and you perhaps talk her through what's happened. She shares the experiences of what's happened with Fraser, what your plans and hopes and ideals are for Serial the daughter, and whilst you can't help but be ignited by the hope that, as much as you try to squish it for both of your sakes, that hope exists inside her that maybe this isn't the last time. Maybe what you say isn't true. Maybe this isn't how it ends.
Cool.
Christ alive, that's fucking sad, isn't it?
Revenants aren't happy creatures. I don't know what you're talking about. A long rest. Sorry, a short rest for the rest of you. You can just return your HP, your spells if you're a warlock. I don't think any of you are. Those of you wishing to pay your respects to Lorindu as the body is moved towards the outside, and you're all in that kind of central chamber. Malik is wishing through notes, making thing Rom. It takes out a whetstone and begins kind of sharpening his axe. Goat paces impatiently, unsure. Azul. Like an awkward teenager at a party. Skirts round, not making eye contact, and looks at Casimir for a second before looking back down and says, I get the sense you've not been having similar dreams to me.
Okay, so to set the context, right? This short rest, Casimir maybe looked once at the children, his shoulders slumped, and maybe he walked over to the nearest bench, bed, whatever it was, swore quietly under his breath, sat on it, shoulders hunched, and head more or less in his hands, right? So the context of Saul coming to sit next to him, he's looking pretty not good, actually. And he looks up,
Yeah.
surprised. Well, I hope you've thought about the implications of what you've just said.
He looks you dead in the face for a second, disregarding that banter, and looks deeply concerned.
Being serious. What's the vibe? Because Casimir is obviously thinking, trying to squash the panic of the scariest fucking dream he's ever had in his life, where he came face to face with what he thinks must be that green shard, for some reason showing him Vazul beating the shit out of him. But what's Fazul's vibe right now?
Zul's unsure, very unsure. As confident as he's been with anything else, his dreams have probably scared him slightly too.
Maybe he feels a little comforted, I guess, and probably mirrors that uncertainty. You don't own a set of spiky black armor, do you, back at home? Any chance?
Long sighs. No. But I've seen what you're referencing.
Tell me about it.
A figure appears to me. Fights me. Tells me I'm not good enough. I'm not ready for what they need. That's not unusual, I've been told that before. By you several times, actually.
I was about to say that's something I've said.
But this feels different. Feels like they know me more than I know myself.
No, it's funny. I've had the same. Figure appears, fights me, and I was so sure it was you. I couldn't see its face, but it felt like if I took the helmet off, it would be you, which is ridiculous because you would never beat me. Should it come to it, I'd like to make that very clear. But here's the thing, Zul, I think the figure's right.
One more thing. I ask you not because I believe we're connected and you've been seeing my dreams, but when it wins, when I'm standing, lying beneath it, helpless, suddenly my perspective switches, and I am clad in that armor, holding that mace, and I'm standing above you, and you are beneath. And I wondered if you'd seen that too. It wins, and then I'm standing there. I'm surrounded by others. I recognize them. The captain of Reedhome. The paladin. Nalaska.
They're all there. What does it call you, Zul? The figure.
Pathetic.
Anything else?
No.
I see myself fight the figure. It tells me I'm...
What's that?
I see myself fight the figure. I fight you. It tells me, you tell me, I'm not enough, not ready yet. And you're right, I'm not. But that doesn't mean I won't be. And that doesn't mean you won't be either. We both have things we're planning to do, and we're going to do them. Think of it as motivation. The kick up the arses we need to do what it is we're setting ourselves out to. You to humiliate your brother, me to commit my regicide. And as for you standing over me in the end, rest assured, it is the other way around. When it comes to it, I will always stand above you, so if that is bothering you, don't worry about it. I will always win in the end.
The thought of beating you doesn't worry me. The thought... what it means. Why I suddenly change places. That does. When I beat you, and don't doubt that I will. It will be my effort, not whatever this creature is.
Okay. I'll take that. That's a promise. You'll do it off your own effort. As for
Wisdom
what?
saving throw, Casimir.
A wisdom save? Why?
Yeah.
With my -1. Oh wait, no, it's +2, isn't it? That is an 18 + 2, 20.
Cool. This doesn't affect you, so you're not stunned.
Oh.
But suddenly, Fazul's voice takes on a slightly different tone,
What?
and you just hear... It's only luck that you survived and the others died. And he just turns to walk away. And doesn't... You see a flash of green in his eyes for a single second. And he walks away. And just whatever aspirations you try to talk to him afterwards, there is nothing. There is no response.
I see a flash of green in his eyes. He says that to me and then he walks away?
Yeah.
Well, whatever relax and maybe comfort he'd been getting from having this nice chat immediately fades from him and his shoulders tense and he just pulls after him. What did you just say?
And then as Fazul turns around, nothing like it. That when I beat you, it will be my effort.
Right. Okay. Okay. If, you have more of these, if anything changes, tell me about it. And, keep at it, your own effort. It will be enough. It isn't now, but it will be.
He looks confused for the slightly kind words for a second and turns back. And Lauren. Quan. It's impossible for you to rest. You take a second and you are filled with desire to pace, to walk on the walls, to run around. The emotion does not leave you. Pod is next to you and probably talking to you or attempting to make amends or chat through things, but your heart rate cannot be stilled. Your energy explodes from you, and it's strange. You have felt disconnected from the world since your memories began. You have never felt more connected. You feel as though every step you take pulls or detaches something away from where it should be. That everyone around you, you almost get the sense you can see or feel their thoughts and feelings, their emotions in ways you couldn't before. It is strange. It's not entirely discernible to you, but as discussed, you do not gain the benefit of a short rest in this state.
Okay. Is Pod still trying to hang around Quan?
Like constantly, like absolutely constantly. He's just like a thorn in your side almost.
What's he saying?
Just like constantly theory, like coming up with these dumb theories as to what you could do to like, you know, potentially get rid of this energy, this extra energy to avoid exploding into a sacred hand grenade.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
you must
if
have heard about 100 of them so far of him just like, you know, what if we tried this? What if we tried this? What if we tried this? And they're getting more and more absurd as it goes along.
look, Pod, I appreciate the thought, but right now I need a bit more silence than I already have. And he's pacing and he's trying to walk away from Pod. As soon as Pod's chasing after him, he's walking away. He's not going
I
anywhere.
guess he would.
He's just moving away.
I guess eventually he would get the hint, and he would look a little bit dejected. Okay, okay, I'll keep thinking about solutions. If you need me, I'll be here.
I think you've done enough, Pod.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh no!
Damn, Sonia.
He looks a little bit like, you know.
No.
He looks very guilty.
Go home, Sam.
No.
He is very good. It's very, very go home, Sam.
Can't believe you go home, Sam, to Pod of all people.
Kind of rude.
Honestly, that go home sound was more to Esky than to Pod, let's be real.
So,
You won't upset me. I can't read.
as you all have your own way of preparing, you take a second, you breathe, you focus on your sword, your spells, whatever is going to aid you best in fighting what you hope is razor cornered. Thinking about those around you, what you may lose, what you stand to lose. What would happen if Quan blew up right now? I will leave everybody there, and we'll take a 5-10 minute break. Let's say 10 minutes until 9:05, and we'll come back with the end of the short rest. You venturing down the final portion of this tunnel, and we'll see where we get to. Thanks everyone for watching.
Machinating right now, Jamie. You're scheming.
Yeah, I'm indeed.
Absolute schemer. All right, see you all in when 5:00? Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The group, heavily traumatized, currently full of divine cocaine and whatever else we want to accuse people of.
Oh, yeah.
You are all short resting, except for one of you who cannot anymore, for whatever reason. And well, we all know the reason. It's the huge amount of soul energy inside them. The rest of you taking a moment with your partner, and also Atlas is talking to me.
Oh.
You're all preparing. You're all taking a breath. And before we move on, before you travel down this ultimate, last tunnel, anything else anybody wants to talk to anybody, say to anything, or do?
Only the penultimate tunnel. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I
It's like the second from the last.
That is what penultimate means.
I know.
It's meant just that don't read much, I guess.
I do. The poor wee little children, they're still sleeping, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say for the other Goliaths have, including Giovanni, have offered to take them up to the surface and look after them.
So I think after he has that bizarre conversation with Zul and the charge that it was luck that he survived while the others died is leveraged. Out of nowhere, he maybe goes to where the children are and kind of crouches down and maybe just sort of sits with them a while, maybe kind of checks their temperatures, maybe adjusts their blankets a little bit, is uncharacteristically quite caring. And maybe the more as the minutes go by that he spends, that he seems to get more and more agitated. Is it something's bothering him? Is it things sort of like connecting in his mind? And I don't know if is anyone around. Where are people right now? Would they be near
Everyone's
the Goliath
around,
children?
right?
Is it all very in sight? There's no like. It's all very visible, right?
You could go down to somewhere private should you choose.
No, I don't think he's particularly thinking of or looking for privacy. I think he manifests Mateus.
Yeah,
And kind of-
Mateus appears for a second, and he almost looks completely confused and dazed as he kind of turns around and like stares at you.
He doesn't look at Mateus at first, and he's looking down at the children. And I think maybe for some of this, his hand has sort of been resting on the spot on his chest, where earlier when we'd been in that room, the white energy had been sucked out of him, right? That seemed to affect him worse than other people. And he just sort of quietly says to Mateus, "You have so much explaining to do. Never graced me with it. What were you trying to achieve? What the fuck did you do to me?" And he'll whip around, maybe, and grab the front of his breastplate and just sort of drag him down. Was it blood magic you were trying? Was I just like these children? What were you hoping to achieve?
Blood magic. What on earth are you talking about? You were a fugitive. You killed somebody.
10 years you've sat with me, you've been stuck to me. It was exactly the same, Paladin. What I felt today is what I felt on that day. Exactly the same as what you did.
Like, mindfully goes to recall, and he's like, "You know what happened? You're alive! We were tasked with returning you, a criminal.
And nothing
We were told
wrong.
that if we pressed this motions to his hand to your chest, it would subdue you."
You believe that? You thought you were apprehending I couldn't have been 15. You thought you were taking in a criminal?
He kind of folds his arms. "Nothing you have displayed since indicate that you are anything but."
You took me off the street. I was asking for directions.
You were wanted.
For what? I've done nothing. You've been misinformed. You took me that day. What about the others?
Vagabonds, layabouts. You can't have them on the street. We took them in overnight. Maybe they someone to stay, or just keep them off.
And you
Someone let
asked...
them out in the morning.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's a 6. Oh no!
You want to give yourself inspiration by shut up? No, kidding. You believe him. He didn't know.
Takes a step back. Could you not have known? When you pressed that thing, it was the same as today. But it was blood magic.
No, it's standard protocol. It's just knocks you out. They take you back. The order questions you. They release you.
Standard protocol, Mateus. How many times did you do that?
Looks down. I couldn't count. You saw how many vagrants there were in Sacramar. Half-breeds.
Half-breeds? What are you talking about? You let them go the next morning? Did you not see what you were doing to them?
All in all, wanted to question them. We let them. That was it. They released them.
But you... He just looks completely lost for words and just sort of steps back and stares at him. Whatever you did to me wasn't knock me out. And whatever I did to you to result in this, it wasn't something I could do before that day.
Look confused and said, honest.
You did this to me. Mateus, you did this to yourself. The same way that Razor's done this to those
You
children.
called me back. I was at peace. We agreed. I was where I should be. And you've called me back again. Why?
I didn't do this. You did this. How can you lay the blame at my feet when it was you?
Do any of this.
How do you not see that?
Let me go.
You've not seriously
Agreed.
spent 10
Let
years
me
thinking,
Go.
oh,
I don't want to be here any more than you want me to be here. That's what we agreed.
I don't think I will let you go. Thought you were evil. Thought you were insidious. And today I realise you're just fucking stupid. Holy shit. Go over there, I don't want to see your face. And he just sort of...
Like, compelled to follow your instruction, just turns away from you.
I don't know how much people heard from that. Probably most. He was raising his voice for a lot of it. Maybe they didn't have the context to understand it. But he looks, and still looks, pretty upset. And he just continues sort of sitting with the Goliath children, just staring middle distance. Maybe quietly just mutters, "That's fine. Luck." And just shakes his head every once in a while.
I'll probably be near the Goliath children. Taimene, Casimir,
Yeah.
Taimene.
Just sort of looks up. Oh. Hello.
Casimir, are you saying that someone did to you what Razor did to these people when you were a child?
Heard that, did you?
I think a lot of people heard that.
He kind of like pales. Oh. Kind of looks slowly around the general encampment, and if anyone's giving him an awkward look. Oh. Yes, I suppose I did say that, didn't I? For today, I didn't really understand what had happened to me when I was younger, and I suppose I still don't, but it was the same as when that blood magic was ripped from us. It was the exact same. Something changed, something became different in me. It's been a long time since then, but I recognized it immediately. It felt every second of it the same. Yes.
Are you okay? That must have been horrible to relive that. I felt that as well.
7 times, yes. I relived that particular moment where, his eyebrows sort of raise and his gaze maybe slides over to Mateus. Maybe there's a little bit of guilt or something there. It's I suppose being a recipient, an individual on the receiving end of blood magic in my youth, probably would have created some strange effects. But I live. I shouldn't have lived, I suppose, based on what's happened to the others, and I wonder, I worry that these children might be a little like me. Now, I wonder.
I'll take them being like you, but alive. You might be unsufferable, but at least you're not dead.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. There's more to it than all that, of course. I imagine that somewhat lacked context, and maybe now isn't the right time, but I suppose. Well, I might fucking well tell you once all this is done, since you've heard most of it anyway.
Story for later.
Story for later. Thank you for asking. Are you?
You seem.
Oh, fine. Good. You're He gestures over to the wifey. Is that their obvious romantic? You're married? Wife? Partner?
Yes, this is Taimene. She is my life partner. Ha ha ha.
Lucky you, Atlas.
Wow.
She's really punching. Well, you're really punching.
I know, she's quite the catch, Don't know how I did it. Anyway, I need to be okay right now. So I am.
I can relate to that.
I thought you might.
Bandit to kill.
With that, anything anybody else wants to do during this short rest? Final goodbyes. Any new powers you wish to exercise, Quan?
Mm. Um, Not right now, I
Fair enough.
guess.
Whoa, Quan's holding out on us.
So, you'll be joined in this battle by Malek, Fazul, Brom, and Go. And Mercy. Mercy, who has probably spent the past couple of minutes attempting to pray, rocking back and forth, calling Quan and Casimir and all of you abomination. We'll get some clarification.
Thanks, Mercy.
Is Mercy still
From-
spitting reunions?
No, Mercy has returned. Mercy is unsure what happened. I don't know what happened to me.
Great.
I don't know where that came from.
Like Ben is in the
Oh,
room.
that
with us.
reminds me.
What is Arvis up to?
I'll tell you in a second, but that reminds me, by the way, Mercy on the short rest would have regained all key points, I believe, as a monk. Anyway, Arvis, yes, so Arvis was actually sat to his own devices with his devices. So you'd notice he would have been tinkering away with his hand crossbow. You've seen him use both the short bow and the crossbow throughout time for different uses. But the crossbow, he's really messing with it. He's possibly broken it once or twice during the period. But he seems quite pleased with himself for something he's managed to achieve.
Okay. Do you want to? Is there any roles for it, or are you just going to tell me what happens later?
You are going to see what this thing does. Nothing special, but something special.
Okay. So, ready to go. The children, either being carried by Goliath or upon the hand of Tyr's vengeance.
Justice.
Is the steed going with you? Justice.
Jay.
Sorry.
Jay.
Jay. Jamie.
Maybe
Jay.
there's another
Oh,
model.
my buddy.
Maybe there's a
What's her?
Thought V as well.
Yeah, true. Are they coming with you, or are they going up top?
Yeah, like coming with.
Okay. Children, the Goliaths go. Tammy holds Atlas's hand, kind of kisses it.
I'll just say, you need to go up. I met Niall while he was up there. He should still be up there. He's still alive. He might even be with Serial right now. I will kind of just take Lanaya off my shoulder and give her to Taimene. Keep
Okay.
Lanaya with you. She is part of me. She'll keep you safe.
Together we climb the highest peaks, and we will navigate the deepest valleys. I will see you again. I will be sure of it.
I hope so, my love.
Just try to clasp your hand. And moving on. As the elevator goes up, the other Goliaths and the children, the rest of you, set on what you need to do, take a couple of steps forward. There is no more sounds. It is quiet down here. The ever-present thrumming of the blood magic, the rhythmic chinking of pickaxe hitting rock is quiet. And you move forward down the last remaining tunnel until you begin to feel a breeze. You're 400-500 feet underground. There should be no wind. And yet, up ahead, it's been missing, and for a second you realize you've missed it. The artificial, magical sky of Lukai, high above you, has reappeared as whatever part of this temple. You've now entered another chamber. And there's a bridge. No. This, however...
A bridge! No!
This, however, much better preserved. Those of you with magical inclination, this far down, after this long, some magic sustains these pillars, this artwork, these carvings. As you walk down various Arakocra histories along the side, depicting their battle with the giants, possibly more recent than the others. And you see them losing. The histories are clear. The Gelfeather Enclave lost this battle. It was difficult for both sides. And you move forward. That wind picking up. There is stone on the ground, indicating that this has been mined out. These tunnels, perhaps once collapsed, have been mined through. There are also bodies on the ground. Half decomposed. Entirely in some cases. They are of grey skin. Not entirely, but most of them are. Goliaths, members of Atlas's tribe, members of Goat's tribe, who gave their last for this venture.
How's Quan looking as we're walking through this space?
Quan, how are you looking?
I don't know, DM, you tell me.
Agitated. You've seen hyperactive children. Quan always seems on edge. Twitching. That haze has not gone. That slight leaking of light, never present. As calm as Quan has been, as stoic, as measured, as good as Quan, as you know him, this feels to all of you like a barrel of gunpowder.
Probably.
Metaphorically?
Only metaphorically.
I'll probably drop back in step after glancing by occasionally. Sort of quietly say to Quan, so maybe Malik, because all the others can't hear. How are you feeling? Any changes?
No changes. Although I can't really tell right now. It's all new feelings. It's slightly overwhelming, to say the least. But I suppose if I knew what my impending exploding would feel like, I don't potentially feel it now, but I'm not entirely sure if I would in the first place.
No, well, we're almost there. Hang in there. If you can think of a creative way to fire it at them, maybe, or goods, that would be recommended. If it starts to get bad, I'll try siphon some off or something. Black magic and I are old friends, so hang in there.
I think you misunderstand. I can't channel this energy. I mean, it feels like a part of me, but I can't use the energy in a pure form to attack something.
Just if a splash of inspiration comes to you, maybe if you just. I don't know, I'm grasping at straws, just hang in there.
Casimir, how long has it been? How long since?
84 minutes. 28 seconds. 31. Etc.
It's uncanny how correct that is. I'm going to assume Keen Mind is telling you.
Yeah. It's really quite unnerving. His eyes just take on maybe a glazed focus as he just tells you the time for a few seconds. Under 2
Wait.
hours.
Did you say 84 minutes?
Yes. Wait, that's... Yeah. Yeah, under 2 hours.
It's under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 20%, 20% confidence in that 2 hours
27%
mark,
confident.
so.
Yeah. You've got at least 2 hours.
I like those odds.
I see. Well, we better get moving.
It's quite incredible. If you die, Quan will most certainly write a piece on you. It will be published. You will live on in literature. And also my heart. But in history as well.
I will eviscerate you in fiction.
We'll miss you. But we won't have to miss you because you won't die.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Trying to be comforting. I don't think it's working, is it?
Right. No, I feel something. Thank you, Casimir.
Glad you feel something. Me too. Just pats Quan's back like he's done a great job. Just continues walking.
As Casimir walks away, Quan just puts his head into his hands, DM, can we see anyone at this point?
No, you're walking through this temple, shrine, whatever this is.
Okay.
You come across what, perhaps, as you walk, were barriers, puzzles, doors that once held this object, but they've been opened. Somebody has been through here.
Does it seem quite recent?
With your passive, yeah,
Okay.
I'd say a couple of hours.
Okay. Hasn't been long.
Could we say...
Yeah, I'll just no. No, I was just going to say I kind of tell everyone that Razor was very recently through here.
I think Big Brain Casimir probably would have ritual cast Detect Magic before walking down here, just to keep an eye out. So well, she knows we're coming. Keep an eye out for traps or anything.
2 seconds, that's the front door. I will be 2 seconds.
Go get your
Mind
seat,
yourself
order.
properly.
We should probably,
Well-
gang, we should probably... So obviously last time Razor kind of kicked our asses with their arrow volley and stuff and going invisible and stuff. I'm holding a counterspell for one of those volleys, but...
Yeah, those volleys did an absolutely obscene amount of damage.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to...
I think there were deck saves. Can we do anything about that? I don't know. Yeah. Any deck save and throw boosting things or
Don't have any deck
I can
saving
bless up,
throw
I guess.
boosting things.
Oh, bless is
but
wise. Bless
bless is
like
good.
always.
I can bless up.
Yeah, bless before we get there.
Well, how long does it last? Hold on.
Like a minute, so it's right before combat. Oh, is it? Is it longer? I don't know.
So, I can cast silence.
Oh, okay.
So, if we jump her fast enough, I can cast silence, and she can't
goes
cast
invisible,
any
right?
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, not unless you can't cast any spells.
I also
'cause
have
she's silenced.
I think I have fairy fire.
Sick.
Nice. Okay.
Wait, do I? No, I don't. Wait, maybe I do. I don't know if I learned it yet or not.
Yeah, I have
Let me
one
double check.
third level left for the counter spelling on the arrow volley, so I'm gonna try
I
that.
might not have
Yeah.
it.
I do have fairy fire,
Mhm.
No, I do not have it yet.
Okay.
so it's one or the other.
Hmm.
Fairy fire might be better, but
I think
I
so.
think because it's a dex save, she has a good chance to dodge it.
Oh, yeah, true.
I think she just like avoided it last time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can Harvest do like a glitter bomb?
Fairy bomb. Betty bomb. There's also, we can't let Malik and his gang get the last hit, remember? If she starts getting low HP, yeah, and they're in the vicinity, we have to hold person them so they
We've got
can't
to,
last hit her.
We need to KS. We need to KS.
We need to make sure they don't KS.
Sorry, hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to. Yeah, sorry. What a way to kill the dramatic tension. Absolutely. As you walk down, you're probably side eyeing your allies slightly. You are perhaps about to fight Razor. Maybe, who knows? The killing blow could be quite important here.
Yeah.
Or at least, who claims the
Consider
killing
that.
blow? I will lay. You begin to think stealth might be important where you're going. Does
That's
somebody want to scout ahead?
Oh, let's get in there.
We have 2 stealthy boys.
I'm game. To note before, as overheard, you would have seen Arvis preparing for the expedition by it seemed quite aimlessly, like just 2 pebbles together, just kind of like clacking them off each other, but doing it quite fast. As if he's trying to light a fire. And eventually one starts to glow. And he puts the stone to one of his eyes. Instead of the sort of red dull glow of his eyes, and one of them goes to sort of darkish blue. And as a ritual, I'm casting detect magic as well.
So, there is magic in these walls. Aberration. Evocation. Both of those schools welded in. However, as you walk across, you kind of see above, a lot of these have been deactivated. Someone has come through here without care for resealing. They are in a rush. That's what you two can interpret from this. Whatever traps have been laid have been disabled, but also there hasn't been an attempt to close the way behind them. Partly because they don't know if they needed to, or at least without enough time to.
Right.
There is, approaching up, there is an alarm spell that has been laid. You see it with that spell and also your passive perception. And I will ask for a perception check at advantage, given your detect magic from both Arvis and Casimir.
Is that for the alarm spell?
No, you've noticed the alarm spell. This is for something else.
13.
Because the alarm spell would be investigation.
Yes.
But cool. Okay, so perception. Let's roll it out with advantage, was that?
Yeah.
Come on, bad boy, what are we saying? Oh, it's just 8 and a 9, so 9.
Roll 13.
What was yours? 13. You guys don't notice anything. With your passives, however, all of you, there is up ahead, the wind has got stronger. Up ahead, there is the sound of what feels or sounds like a swirling. It's not all in one direction. It is very much separate winds, almost hitting the walls and pacing. Somebody or something is walking backwards and forwards, and occasionally you hear muttering.
We feel we're approaching. I want to nudge Fazul in the side and say, I'll buy you a drink at Alara's coronation with my 10,000 gold.
He kind of threatens and associates himself and says, I'm going to take her head off.
And I hope you.
And you're gonna watch, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, at least say you'll do the same.
Jacob, to the best man.
I'll take one. Shake his hand on it.
Kind of unsheaths his sword. You're probably about several hundred yards away, so you could still attempt, if you wanted, to try to stealth closer and get an idea of what you're facing before you go into it.
Shall we make it so?
Those of you who are sneaking forward can make a stealth check.
Would Mercy? No. Who's had passed that trace thus far?
Me, I am out of second full spell slots.
Whoa!
Unfortunately.
Gordy.
So I cannot pass without a tracer. So I still do have a
Oh.
+7 to stealth, so I'm pretty
Ah,
Shit, sorry.
Sai, we're do we have pass without a trace? I think we do, right?
Yeah, it's +20 now.
Thank you.
No, wrong. I return.
Malik, can you do anything useful?
Looks at you for a single second. I'm honestly so confused. I'm not even insulted.
Do you have anything to
Snaps his fingers and casts pass without a trace. You get that for that. It's bullshittery.
Yay.
I am gonna do again, but plan your stealth rolls and let me know what it is.
Casimir just grins and says, I fucking love cats.
Are we all going up or just a couple people?
Oh, boys. We want to try surprise round her, yeah? With as many people as we can.
Imagine if we just one round her. We just get a jump on her and just
I mean,
beat her to death.
it's not impossible. Right?
I mean, if this is her muttering, like, where's her giant? Where's he? Where's him?
Well, he might not be here. He was a maybe, Alan. Wasn't. How's she gonna get him down here?
True, he is a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Big bada boom. Big
Who's
bada
stealthing
boom.
forward? Let me know.
Definitely not me.
I'm doing it.
My name's me.
Okay.
So Arvis is running forward as expected. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go as well.
Just before as they start to move forward, Juan will say, wait. And he kind of just motions to your turned backs, like, I just want to say something before we go in. And he's looking like he's trying really hard not to fidget or to tap his foot or to pace as he's saying this. Seeing as none of us know quite how this is going to go, and I'm not entirely sure how much time I have left, I just wanted to say that I assume I have never met such valiant and gifted individuals such as yourselves, and well, I suppose I might never know what I was doing before I met you, but I wouldn't choose to spend that time with anyone else. And I will do everything in my power not to harm you in any way possible, but I admit I'm not sure whether that's within my power. And Pod, I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
Oh, don't swear to
You've
me.
been a great friend. In fact, all of you have been great friends.
Oh,
Insight check. That's a suggestion from the from chat there. I thought it was
Casimir,
hilarious, so let's insight check.
Casimir maybe takes Quan's hand and quite earnestly says, oh, no matter who you've met in your amnesiac past, I promise you, We are the most valiant and most gifted people you've ever met.
And the most humble. Yes, Casimir, that is indeed what
That was so kind of you to say.
I like about you. Yes, and your hand is burning, by the way.
Oh, don't worry about that. With tiefling, fire doesn't really burn me so much.
It's not fire.
Yeah, this is a different feeling.
Oh, yours with hand smouldering from, I suppose, the radiant energy. Would you look at that? It's not.
I'm sorry. And he kind of wait. I have to touch someone for lay on hands.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Rip. That's unfortunate.
Good luck.
You only have to touch him with one finger, like the point of a finger.
Your burning hands is a spell, right?
No, lay on hands like paladin heal.
No, burning hands is a spell, though. You know, lay on hands.
Oh yeah.
Burning hands.
Who's sneaking forward? Arvis plus Albus?
I am as
Yeah,
well.
28 from
That's
from
me as
me.
well. Stealth checks with plus 10 from Malik. Malik will sneak forward with you too. I will roll for
26.
Malik.
This is it. We can jump Malik while he's the only one sneaking forward with us.
Oh, what a good idea!
This is it.
God, maybe we should kill Malik.
This is it.
I reckon we can run around him. I'll cone of cold him.
With what spell slots? You're level 5.
We can kill him in a turn. We can do it.
We can one round him. And give our game away and then die to Razor. But at least Malik will be dead first.
Yeah.
Okay, Malik rolls a 37.
How much?
37.
37.
Not
He
even
vanishes
40.
from your
What
sight.
the fuck?
Casimir maybe
Those are the
looks around to
plus 10.
think. He maybe looks around to think about stabbing Malik and then realizes he can't see him and banishes the thought.
Anybody get below a 20?
Wait, were you factoring past that trace there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. In that case, 29.
No one gets below a 20.
I mean, is the plan? I know, Eski, you said you weren't gonna go forward with people, but
Yeah, I have minus one
isn't-
dex and also disadvantage on stealth rolls. So
But are we planning to all go together though? Because we're trying to surprise Razor as a group.
I think they're trying to scout ahead first.
are we scouting? We've got a couple of
That's the
people just
plan.
kind of scouting ahead. They're not going in by them, just.
But if we
scouting.
see the chance for a surprise round, maybe we send it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on, boys.
Yeah.
What's Guanin?
What is going on?
What is Guanin? So, Malik, Atlas, Casimir, Arvis have all crept forward. Yes?
Yeah.
Cool. You may... why am I in... Sorry. For some reason, Roll20 has kicked me out of where I want to be. Ah, here we are. Good. I don't want to be in this one. You may go on to Roll20.
Why?
Opening up.
Oh.
Ahead of you.
Fuck me.
Christ Almighty.
Oh.
Let me send you this.
Is a
one.
huge underground
Oh.
chamber.
Showing them.
Inside, there are 4 swirling tempests of energy outlined by the red that are almost like mini cyclones going round and round. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11
Oh my
members of
God.
the Ivory Forsaken facing towards the center of this swirling water, where inside you see Razor walking around. An item suspended in light, not within her grip, is in that central location. It does exist on Roll20. It is a about 10 foot tall iron object that seems to be constructed by a lantern, you'd imagine, but rather than kind of the wick and the oil inside, instead has an ever swirling tempest that is just reeling round, almost kind of yearning to be free. Also, standing facing towards the center are 4 swirling entities, 4 air elementals, all looking inward towards Razor.
Oh.
Razor is making her way around, occasionally pausing to think, look up at it. You see her reach out a couple of times and get pulled back, almost as if whatever light beam is hurting her hand. You can ascertain what this room looks like, what is in it, and that Razor does not currently have access to the Whirlwind Lantern. That whatever defense is here, some of which she's overcome. Clearly the air elementals aren't attacking her. The cyclones, whatever they are, aren't moving closer or attacking her, but the actual protection around this has not been broken. You don't know how long you have. This is the scene that greets you, as none of you are noticed either as you look out.
What's in the gap between that blue stuff?
Swirling
around that one?
water.
Does there seem like any barrier? So it's just a ground level water, or is it like encompassing like a
Ground level water, but it's, I'll say from what you see it swirling viciously around, moved by the current and the tornado within this space.
And the air elementals are passively watching?
Passively watching. They're not attacking Razor's men or Razor.
Okay.
Do they seem like like kind of lucid, or do they seem just like they're kind of like entranced, or do they seem like they're just kind of like, what's their kind of relationship with the world around them, if you see what I mean?
Right now, I would describe them as inactive. They aren't aware, or there's no sign of them that they are even interacting or aware of the world around them. The waters inside, you notice there are little streams throughout. And if you look up at the ceiling, there's a map of Dukai, which almost seems to be it's almost like angled slightly with the current month, Alcrest, facing north, as if it's a clock that's been turned.
Mm-hmm. And these red circles are swirling energy, yeah? Doesn't look like...
Cyclones. They are cyclones, but they're not moving.
Okay. Oh boy. There's environmental effects in this boss fight.
And the Mandem who stood around, the foot soldiers, they seem part of the ritual, they're just observing.
Sorry, the Mandem that yeah, they are standing watching Razor. You could
Okay.
they don't seem
Any on
they don't
guard,
seem-
any like on watching out, like they're just focusing
You
on
get the sense that they are trying. You have all passed their stealth checks, but in this room with the sound, it's loud in this room.
How far
The
away?
swirling energy. How far are you? You guys are the tunnel entrance is here, so you're not actually that far from them. 30 feet from the nearest, 90 feet from Razor. But with the sound, it's really difficult to perceive anything here. And whilst they are peering into the darkness of the hole, whilst they're trying to hear you, your stealth rolls are good enough.
Okay. I might send a quiet message or just whisper to the gang with me and say, Elvis, do you think we can crack Razor rapidly from here?
What do you mean by crack?
Killer. We shoot her, set her on fire, take her down before anyone knows what's happened.
If I remember correctly, she does seem rather evasive and somewhat resilient.
Okay. I think... Is Malik in earshot? We can't see him, right?
Alex, with you.
Oh, he's like with us. Go to lean into Arvis and just sort of whisper.
You said
Yeah, she
She knows we're coming.
does. Would that be an illusion, do you think?
You still got detect magic, right?
Yeah. As
What's the
Malik
range?
asks
What's
that-
the range on detect magic?
Yeah, as Malik asks the
30
question,
feet.
he's going to frown and say, that could be an illusion, couldn't it?
What is the range on detect magic?
Detect magic
I think
is...
it's 30 feet.
30 feet.
I'll give you one. The nearest one of Razor's soldier is an illusion.
Oh.
He's going to point
Love it.
to that guy and say, that guy, not real.
In that case, DM, could one make up an investigation check to see which ones are illusions, which ones are not?
So, my understanding of investigation, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Luke, are that you need to be able to, like, perception is looking, observing, trying to work something out. Investigation is more getting up close with it, finding out, deducing. You're quite far away from these things. Is investigation possible at this range?
How about...
I will clarify for you momentarily. So, investigation, look around for clues, make deductions based on those clues. Location of hidden object, sudden appearance, collapse. Let me see if illusion appears. It does not, but with most illusion spells, I'll say most illusion magic, including even the alarm we came past, you make an investigation check to determine whether it is real or not. That's the general status quo on as far as the rules go for other things.
So I'll let you roll. Just tell me what your investigation check is.
Well, I'll do that then. It's a healthy 19.
Okay, I won't give you individuals, but Arvis, you look around. You are very keen-eyed, even in this dim light, and as well particularly acute of senses. And you kind of raise your nose up and you sniff the air. All of this swirling around, all of this current. There is only one direction. Clockwise, round and round. Those tempests should be giving off some kind of lateral force, some reverse of what's happening. You don't know. At this range and with that roll, you can't tell. You know that the first one's not real. You don't know about the others. But Arvis, to you, those swirling tempests, you don't think they're there. You think they're illusions hiding something.
An illusion?
Interesting.
What are they hiding?
Hmm.
Well, memes.
Indeed. Okay, that's good information.
Merely a setback.
Can I ask you what the lighting in this room is like in general, and if there are any
Yeah.
specifics, like anywhere particularly dark or any particularly bright?
The only main source of light, the whirlwind lantern, as you all assume it is encased. It's a metal construct in the center, reaching from the top to the. There's like a pedestal, and then one reaching to the top, but it is massive, and there is a beam of light connecting those two pedestals, one on the roof, one on the floor. The whirlwind lantern is suspended between, and that is blazing light out across the room. So the closer you are to the center, the more light there is. The further you are to the corners, less. And the whirlwind lantern is suspended between that light.
So are we talking in the center, bright light, and then dim light? Any darkness in the room? Non-magical darkness or magical darkness?
No magical darkness. I will say if you're near the edges, you'll be able to skulk around more effectively, but you don't know what is watching and waiting for you. Because other than Razor, you don't know what's actually in this room.
Yeah.
Indeed. But the that you say around the edge of this room would be non-magical darkness.
Yeah, I'd say it's certainly dim light at best.
Boys, can we think of a low resource way to spring her trap and get her to drop the illusion? Do we have any illusions or something? I don't have any illusion magic. I can't illusion us running in and doing some shit. But
Can you revive or like bring someone back and send them in?
I could do that. I could send Mateus in.
There were dead bodies outside the room.
There were dead bodies outside.
Sorry, I'm not here.
There were dead bodies outside the room. Shit, I really should have rezzed her commander guy and sent him in.
Can't you still do that?
Go the whole way back, yeah.
We're not too far, are we?
How far
Away
is it,
from that
DM?
room?
I'll tell you what. You try this. You roll a percentage dice. Roll less than 20.
Shit
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We're on a timer. Look, if 84 minutes have passed, come on, you know.
Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure.
You use 20% chance worth it?
I don't like those odds.
20% of the time it happens none of the time.
20% of the time, and none of the time. Dispel, fireball.
Maybe she knows that we know, so she's expecting us to spring her trap. So let's just take her by surprise and actually spring her trap, because it's the last thing she's expecting us to do.
Yeah, if we start swinging at her illusionary soldiers, she'll be so surprised that we're actually swinging at illusions that she'll goof.
Stunned.
She'll just goof.
She'll be flabbergasted.
Utterly bamboozled. Coaxed into your elaborate snafu.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I
go
will
back
say
now and
that
tell the
I'll
others.
let you for free. You are all now involved in this conversation as the scouts have returned with this information, and so that everybody gets involved. So the other party, Fazul, Brom, and Goat are involved. Mercy, Pod, and Quan are all involved in this conversation too.
I think you guys made great bait last time. So, Brom, Zul, how do you feel about running in and hitting fake soldiers?
Fazul and Brom just stare at you.
No?
It's your turn, don't you think?
Ladies first.
You're Alara's group. Go in.
No, I don't.
Where is Alara?
Never you mind where Alara is. I think absorbing the entirety of the blood magic that was being channeled is sacrifice quite enough. You can go first.
Looks at you. That make you super powerful.
I'm sorry?
All that power in one entity. How are you feeling?
Well, let's just say I'll be feeling less fine if you keep wasting all of our time standing here.
Feeling bombastic.
Bombastic side eye. Why are we walking into a trap?
Well, here's the thing. We don't know where they actually are in that room. It feels likely to me that most of what we see is illusory. It may well be that those tornadoes are concealing their actual locations or something else.
Or this is all not like the rest of us. I believe we should assume Razor sent most of her men. This is a desperate attempt to buy some final seconds, and it's working.
True.
Who has she got left? Our reports indicate all of her lieutenants are dead.
True.
I think fuck it, we ball.
I think let's fire everything we have into those tornadoes, and yeah, fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it. We boss.
I hate how you say
Fuck's
that.
sake.
Yeah, way to make it weird.
That's so weird, man.
One hand, I want an agreement from you. Looks at Quan. You'll be honest about who got the killing blow, won't you?
Be honest to whom?
Whoever asks. Pod, you too. You don't catch me as the lying kind.
Honest about
No.
who killed Razor?
Who kills Razor?
I mean, yeah, of course. Why not?
Why not
It's all a-
in the...
It's all a team effort after all.
No, Pod, it's not
Yeah.
a team effort. Sorry. He drops his voice immediately. Sorry. It's not a team effort, is it?
Then why is he here then? Of course it's a team effort. We're going to take it down together.
He's here to steal
on.
our kill despite the fact half his fucking
Well, we have to
fleet
kill her first, you know.
is
There's slightly
has
more of a mountain that we've got to
died
deal with.
during to his
Don't
mismanagement.
We've given our very lives.
Things to worry about than who gets the prize money.
No, this is
Exactly.
important. It's not about the money. Malik's killed half of his group. Lara would lead the storylines. Well, she actually has a conscience. Malik will blow up half the fucking place. I can't believe it's
This is
morality
more than
I'm
just for
standing
us.
on.
Fazul kind
This
of
is
like
more than just for
I
us.
prefer to follow a leader who is actually present.
Shut up, you don't have a brain, Fazul.
Let me guess, you stashed her away, keep her safe again.
She's on holiday, it doesn't fucking matter. What matters? We will kill Razor. Malik, I don't know, go somewhere else.
I'm quite alright here. Of course, we could leave you. Do you want to take this on by yourself?
I don't see why not.
How do the rest of you feel about that?
I'm here to kill Razor. As many people as possible are here to help kill Razor. That's my goal.
For Arvis, it would be his suspicion that the other group would just hang back and watch. What's to stop them from flying in at the last second in force to get the coup de grace? So either you do it together or let them go first and we swing in and do the coup de grace. So it's probably together.
Together!
Family.
Let's
Our gods together.
Skin.
Let's put it this way then. You'll take the right, we'll take the left.
Why do you want to go right? Maybe we should go right.
I said we'll take the left.
Why do you want to go left?
Do you have any feelings either way, or are you just being contrarian?
I'm being contrarian.
man,
Malik.
I
It's what I do.
That's what I fucking thought. Shut up.
And listen, I'm looking at the battle map and I can see there's more cover on the left. We're going left, all right.
All right.
What you said, we're going
Anyway.
left.
Jamie, I have a question. You said that what we think is the spooky windy
Moment.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. We can see that with a spooky wind, right?
Yes.
But it seems like it's an illusion, or just
No, that. So the center, the whirlwind lantern, that's real. To your best knowledge, because you can't see it. However, Arvis, the red circles on the map, those aren't unpassable tornadoes. Those are illusions. They aren't giving off the environmental impact you would expect from such a localized tornado.
okay.
And
So go on, Arvis.
Oh, I was going to ask that. Firstly, DM, this lip around the circle, is this an elevation? Is this a low wall? What are we looking at here? This
A very low wall, about 2-3 feet, but a wall.
2 or 3 feet. So a bloke, in theory, a bloke could crawl across the floor and still be unseen.
A bloke could, yes.
A bloke of sorts, a figurative bloke. All right, cool.
A hairy bloke.
Distance from. And question being, source of light being in the center, casting dim light. Does that then cast non-magical darkness at the lip of this circle?
Well,
Certainly there are
Is it
shadows.
shadow?
Very
That's how
shadowy.
shadows work.
Yeah.
As somebody who is in the know about shadows, and because this game depends mechanically on several types of visibility, is it considered darkness, dim light, or bright light, or magical darkness?
I'll give you what you want. These would be considered darkness.
Wonderful. It's lovely news. So good to hear it.
Tell me how you're going to break my puzzle. Let me know.
Well, mate, so somebody could crawl in the true darkness, obscured from all the prying eyes and the fake prying eyes within the center, get closer to the tornadoes, if not within the tornadoes, to discover what's within the tornadoes.
Yeah, and the detect magic boys are the guys for it, huh?
The detect magic boys and the boy who can hide from dark vision in non-magical darkness because he has the skulker feet.
And if you take Malik, maybe he can keep giving you pass without a trace. Or do you...
Possibly. He
don't
cannot
need it?
hide in non-magical darkness, though, from people with dark vision. So somebody in the tornado with dark vision, he might get spotted.
But he does roll Giga Stealth, but... Yeah, Do you need the
He
bonus?
does,
Maybe
but-
you don't. Obviously, you need it.
I still have one lucky dice left. Be good to save that for some combat shit. But, yeah, there's still one lucky dice left as far as I know. Yeah, and it's more of a fact that the person without skulker feet could not hide from somebody in
Alright.
darkness. They'd be
Alright.
seen in dim light.
Alright, Skulker, off you go. You're machinating. Send it.
All right. I guess we discussed the battle plan. If one is noticed, or if I send a message back, there's like a go word or whatever. I imagine if anybody's got like a low cost AoE, it would be good to like chuck into the middle of these dudes here to find out who is illusory and who isn't. Or maybe even if you can catch one of the elementals in as well, because they might be illusionary, looking completely dead-eyed. So maybe getting one half of this. Well, no, then if it's not illusionary, then you'll fucking aggro it. So in that case, the illusionary dudes here, if somebody's got like a low, cheap AoE, maybe even like
I might chuck an ice
fairy
knife
fire,
in.
like somebody mentioned.
I might chuck an ice knife
Yeah.
into the other tornado, maybe, when we hear what's in there.
Cool. Yeah.
So you're
keep
going to
your
go
wits
forward
about
and
you,
chuck a
everybody.
nice time.
Alright, boys, I think it's time.
Yeah, I was
right.
in the middle of asking something.
Yeah, go
before.
ahead.
So
So sorry about
obviously, while they were all discussing who was gonna go left and right and all that stuff, which may have been around 10 minutes, give or take, potentially, given they were talking for a long time. Okay. Quan is gonna stare at the spooky windy thing and feeling the newfound energy that he's experienced. He would like to look at that object and try and think about any current tales, forgotten stories, or secret lore there might be.
You mean
that
you're
hasn't
attempting?
been mentioned before in everyone's knowledge that has been passed on.
You mean you're attempting to cast legend lore on
Yes.
the item?
I am.
5th level spell legend lore.
Yeah,
Yes.
the 5th level spell legend lore.
Oh, I see, level 5
Sure.
paladin. I see. I understand. Continue.
You ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
What do you mean?
Yep, that's in the paladin
Blessed
spell
by the
list. Yep.
collective consciousness of thousands of Lukai's souls, you draw upon their memories, their knowledge, reaching into the collective unconscious. The Whirlwind Lantern, as has been described previously, is an item that was harnessed by the Galefeather Enclave, as much of its power, to control the winds across Lukai, to direct. Now, for many people, that just means the rain, the weather. No. As you may have inferred from the fact that its ultimate design of Razor was to fire a god, its secondary purpose was to direct magical energy and store it for some time. If you needed magic from Alcrest or any other month, the Whirlwind Lantern ultimately could retain and direct that for some time. It was the centerpiece to multiple rituals by the Galefeather Enclave, where that magic could be stored, maintained, and directed, or kept until it was needed. This was one of the prizes and primary uses of power of the Enclave, and was hidden down here in the hope that it would never be found. There are multiple anti-giant traps that clearly you didn't trigger. None of you weighed enough, because that was who their enemies were. Legend lore, you know the barrier. The barrier was sealed here. Barrier requires a passphrase, which I will message to you to open. And it is one that you know, based on that spell.
What?
Wow.
You just know the gate open?
Well, that was lucky, huh? Thought I might save that for
Oh.
nighttime.
Oh, gee, that was lucky.
Wow.
I guess. Juan will probably be muttering everything that he's kind of like understanding from the spell and from the voices in his head, but not be speaking the secret password in front of everyone. So for anyone that is listening, you will kind of hear a muttered, sort of fragmented description of what he's experiencing. I thought you said you were going to DM me the password.
I am.
Faster.
It's a long password, man. Ain't gonna remember that in 2 days.
I'm messaging it to you, that's why.
Jamie is typing.
Yeah, I am typing. Check Discord.
He's not typing.
You stand accused of not typing. How do you rate?
I just typed.
We got it, boys. We got it.
Please, as having typed.
Well, you'll have to send a screenshot of what he sent, including the password, for us to verify whether he typed or not.
He
Look,
could have copy and pasted that and not typed.
You only
it,
have
to be
access
fair.
to this spell for however long you choose to keep this power, which apparently is 2 hours. So
I'm
TikTok, I guess.
seven-
Kadame, how long's it been?
73. It's now been 98 minutes and 13 seconds.
Oh, you better be careful.
16.
It's getting warm in here, yeah.
So, okay.
Luckily, so sorry, just to clarify, Quan did some like big boy third eye shit, muttered some stuff, which did not include the password.
No, which didn't. 2 seconds.
How awful. Okay, great.
Well, Do you want one person on the team to have the password, or do you want all the people on the team, including the enemy, to have the password?
One person.
I mean, yes, the goal is to kill Razor, but we don't know what's going to happen yet, so...
Fuck Malik.
Cool.
Also,
And
we
just to-
don't want Malik having the
Fuck Malik.
password because he wants the lantern.
Okay, in that case, I've misunderstood what the password was for. What was it for? Sorry.
To remove the
I thought it was
barrier from the spooky windy thing.
The outside ones or the central one? I thought the outside ones.
I thought it was the central one.
Central one, I think.
Right, I misunderstood that.
And
That's what I
Ignore
thought.
me. Ignore
Is the
me.
spooky windy only around the whirlwind lantern, or is it around Razor?
Yeah, sorry, no. So
No,
to be
the spooky windy is the whirlwind lantern.
so to be super clear, looking at the map, the blue water is encircling basically a column of light that is hosting the whirlwind lantern. That is what is giving off all the light in the room. The whirlwind lantern is levitating, held in place by this light. Quan is aware of what would cause this barrier to drop. There is no other barrier within the room. So Quan has the password to the whirlwind lantern.
Okay, but
Razor does not.
oh, so
Did
if
the
we
bridge puzzle,
open,
that's why.
if we open the thing, then she will have access to her thing. that
He is
she
currently
wants.
standing as close to it as you can without touching it. And you see her muttering.
Oh, she can't
Clearly,
figure out how to open it. Okay.
she's trying it. Yeah. You have got here quick enough, based on everything else she's done in the past. She doesn't currently have access to it and is trying.
If that's indeed her or an illusion.
What are you hiding? Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we know this thing. Quan has the power to open lantern should he need for Operation Siphon Bomber. Do we proceed with Arvis skulking and trying to figure out what is in the tornadoes?
I think that's a good shout. Let's do that. If it goes awry, A, you'll probably know. And B, if we need to snatch, was it snatch and what is it? Snatch and run. Somebody who's a thief rogue isn't too bad at grabbing shit and running quite far.
So she-
Although I imagine there's gonna be some crazy charisma save if you grab onto it. So anyway,
Yeah, she doesn't have her power supply to use the lantern. She might just take it and try and run, I guess. But she would have to
Why
rebuild up all
don't-
her blood magic, so...
Why don't
Depends
we
on
kill
the
her
turn order.
first, and then we can look at the lantern. Like, then
think-
we can sort the lantern out.
I think that's the play. I think we try and ignore lantern unless we need it for Quan.
okay, if shit's getting hairy, then
We open gate.
I think it may be worth opening the gate. A, just as a way to distract her and let her get the fucking thing so we don't all get killed.
Yeah.
She can run away or whatever.
Yeah.
Or as a means of using it against her, whatever. Just it's a kind of like a last ditch if it's looking rough.
Yeah. So Psyduck, you fucking pop that thing whenever you want. Send it.
Hey,
Has
can I pop
Psyduck has Quan let anyone else know? Like just somebody else, just in case Quan goes down.
Nope.
Sick. All right, let's press on. In that case, yeah. If
Arvis.
anyone doesn't object,
You're machinating.
Arvis is gonna move on in. Any objections? Any precoices from anybody?
Now might be the time for a bless.
Less is good.
Be safe, my children.
Thank you, Pod.
Deliver us. This day.
Pod, you currently have your new feat, by the way. Please do make sure you check
Oh
it out.
yeah. Let me check our DMs because I completely effing forgot what that was.
Damn, son. Can't be forgetting feats now.
Looks is just
SK, do you know how to add-
Wait, does this count? Does this count? Okay, once per long rest, you can offer guidance to another creature on a decision involving a moral or ethical choice. The creature gains a bonus to their wisdom insight check equal
So
to
I
your
feel
wisdom modifier.
this is the reason behind it. Pod has been offered the choice between immense personal power or no several times this campaign now, and said no. That's quite a character choice. So
Yeah.
It's one I
Why would I
couldn't
want
make.
it? You know.
I would have chosen
Chasm
the
is
exact
green
opposite
with
every
envy.
time. Where's
In a-
my
Why
opportunity
does
for
this
power?
why does this idiot keep getting the choices?
I want the power.
Ultimate power or a fucking mid-tier feat? I'll take ultimate power, motherfucker.
Nah, mid-tier feet.
Thank you.
I got
Because
a
if I
sick
had to
mid-tier
add
feet, so
my
you guys can
wisdom,
suck it.
if I had to add my wisdom modifier to a roll, I would be subtracting another one. So.
Well, my wisdom modifier of unlike you guys is I forget the number +5. So I'll actually be giving you +5 on some wisdom check that you might have to do.
All
So
right, all right.
yeah.
Well,
Has anyone-
in that
has anyone
case,
+5?
would be tasty.
You can't fix
What
me.
you can do, you're not with us currently, are you? You're further back, aren't you? So
I mean, he's not miles away, right? Like you guys are scouting a bit ahead. I don't know what distance we want to call that. Like how far ahead are you actually?
Jamie said that we were
Jim.
all there.
So currently, right now, if you're near the entrance to the tunnel, you are 30 feet away. But then I'm going to be asking for stealth rolls from everybody. Right now, you're far enough out of earshot.
those of us who are in the tunnel, or
No.
those of
So
us who
all
aren't?
of you have retreated. Those of you who stealthed up, you have gone up. You've seen what you've seen, and you've come back to report to everybody else. So you are currently several hundred feet away. So everybody is involved in this conversation. If you want to go closer, you'll let me know, and I will ask for checks.
It's time. Send it.
Cool. In that case, I'll take a guidance. You know, if it's going.
What super guidance on a wisdom insight check?
No.
Can I stack that and guidance, or like I can get both,
Technically a
right?
different-
So they get
different
guidance
ability,
and the other
right?
one.
So
Alright, well,
theory.
I mean, you have guidance regardless. Like, yeah, I guess I would have given guidance to whichever scout before they left. So Alvis in this case.
And who else is coming with again as the scouting party with me?
Just you.
If you're gonna go
Just
try
me by myself.
to hide in this room, good luck, and you're first.
I guess
luck.
All right, cool.
the stealthy boys maybe are crowding around the entrance, ready for the signal to go. But like, yeah.
Yeah, that feels better.
I'll do
All right,
that.
cool.
I'll do that. If
I'll
I
be ready
can.
to unleash
Yeah.
ice knives into tornadoes should I need.
I'm
Cool.
As
I'm
we
gonna
are-
kinda- I'm going to use my axe to do scales of justice.
You can all cast your buffs, and please keep notes. But given we are a bend down, and I will need to assign out NPCs to people, we're going to do the same thing where people are in control. We will start the combat next session.
Tell us what's
So-
in the tornado, Jamie.
Next session, we'll start off with all of your buffs done. Arvis attempting to stealth.
Yeah.
Arvis, without the buff of Malik, or do you want Malik to come with you for past out trace? Your choice.
Did Malik roll that like massive 30 something before?
37. He's a rogue. He is a rogue.
Yeah, we'll bring that Malik.
Cool. You and Malik. And this will be the cliffhanger that we end the episode on. Either you're about to get found out, or you can be discovered. You attempt to scurry down, crawling beneath the shadows, darkness offered by the small elevation in the central platform that is real. Casting Detect Magic. All of these are illusions. Everything. The central platform is not. Razor is not. 30 feet. Could you give me a stealth roll as you approach the tornado?
Indeed. So that is plus something quite comical, actually. So that's plus.
Malik rolls a 10 plus 12 plus 10, a 32.
Cool. So I'm going to roll a 23 plus a d4 from guidance. So 25 is what 24, sorry.
Okay.
Wow,
I'm gonna roll.
Literally rolled a 2 on that. That's so lame.
So I'm going to roll the plus 12 to perception.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh.
With the 24 being the DC.
Oh,
So
God.
12 or higher.
Oh
Oh,
god.
should I might actually use a little luck point on that in
Luck
that
point?
case.
You want to use a luck
I
point?
think so. Yeah, let's roll that again. You know, it can't be any
You-
worse unless it's a natural
I
one.
think that's a good idea.
I think that's wise.
So that is Only a 5, but 26
Oh.
is better.
Oh.
Plus the
Oh.
1, so 27.
27.
Fuck.
So I will roll, and if it's above a 13, I'll call out what happens.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that. What have you just...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm going to put this in player chat.
Oh my god.
So, Arvis, as you creep closer, Malik side by side, Malik moving slowly, you're nervous, you're unsure. This isn't as stealthily or as quiet as you can normally move. You hear muttering above you, you hear chanting, you are unsure, you are on edge. And despite that, and because I rolled a fucking 12, you are unnoticed.
Oh, boy!
As both of you crawl below this illusion and look up, and you see a 20-foot stone golem.
Oh.
An Aarakocra.
Oh, no.
2 scythes gripped in either side, looking directly at the entrance. I'm going to put you here, so you're on the left-hand side. There is a stone guardian standing there, waiting for intruders. And you are unsure if it's aligned with Razor, if it knows she's there. It doesn't know you're there, you hope. And we will leave it there for next time. Thank you, everybody. Again, channel points don't seem to have gone crazy. I have 2 phrases to somehow fix into somewhere, as well as Jen, please start coming up with your ideas, apparently, if you're going to save up for an extra 3 channel points. But we will chat to you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, mamma mia. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.